Hi, my name is Rob Clark and I'm one of the performers in Loco Parentis, the new work by VDT, Vincent Dance Theatre. I would say the work is one of, well, it's what I would call like a signature piece from Charlotte Vincent. This work is focusing in on the experiences of young people who are care experienced. They've grown up in some way with a connection to the care system, whether that be adoption or fostering or care homes even. The work is a combination of material that some of it might be more kind of broad brushstrokes, kind of the bigger picture around Charlotte's feelings towards that. Some of it might be more personal and felt, or a kind of translation perhaps of testimony that's been recorded in interviews with people related to the care system, not just young people, people, adults as well. And then some of it's more kind of personal responses from the performers that are in the work. In the studio, it's been a busy few weeks. It's been, it's kind of common with the working with Charlotte, but it goes all over the place. We've been playing musical instruments, we've been learning kind of new dances from the two young people involved. There's a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old in the show, and they've been teaching us some moves, which has been pretty amusing, mainly for them. And we've been doing some work translating interview testimony, which is recorded from interviews or edited from interviews that Charlotte carried out with people involved in the care system. And then we've also been kind of working to create material from our own feelings. And we've been singing, and we've been drawing, and we've been writing and talking. So yeah, there's a lot that we've been doing a lot. Some of the early research was really special, and in that we got to spend some time with some young people in a care home, kind of spending a couple of days, well, two sessions there. And that was, for me, a really powerful moment. It just attached Charlotte's ideas to, it's a very odd thing to say, but real people. I think when you're making work like this, it's easy to start imagining who you're making a work about. And that burst that bubble really early on, and I'm so happy we did that. The easiest comparison is to make with Charlotte's previous work with young people, actually, because that's where I can see a development, if you see what I mean. And that development goes back to Motherland, which was made in like 2012. And as far as I know, that's the first work where Charlotte invited a young person or a child into the studio. I'm pretty sure that's the case. And from that time, there's kind of a way of working that Charlotte's developed, which is it's a bit like walking a tightrope, because the young people are kind of invited into the company to be in the company. They're not like, that's the deal. They're there to be company members, and yet at the same time, obviously, their experience still has to remain age appropriate, and the work isn't for children. Like, there's a real difference there from perhaps other shows I've done. That's what the main thing I would say. Like, a lot of the other shows I've done, which have got children in, have been for a family audience, or for the families of those children, or for a child audience, specifically. In fact, pretty much all the work I've done with children falls into those kind of categories. And Charlotte's work, it stubbornly doesn't do that. She wants to make work for adults with children in. What else could I say about working with children? The other thing is that it's always kind of surprising, and the authenticity that young performers bring, even when they're kind of stage school kids, and these two aren't that, but they have been on stage before. But even then, there's something about the presence of a young person or a child that doesn't talks about the experiences they've had and their potential to have other experiences. It's something about the potential, really, and the authenticity of their voice sometimes. And it's not always there, but then sometimes it just comes through, and it's undeniable.